All right, welcome to another league with 4-color elementals. I made only one change since the previous league, which is I added a 4th copy of Cavern Souls in place of the second Harbinger. I think this hand is fine. I'm gonna keep it. But on the draw, this hand seems okay. When's the due date? Due date is December 15th. But of course, you know, it can move around. Chalice on 1? Well, actually, we have double the frame rate, so I am going to get rid of that, I think. Hallowed Fountain? October 26th. Oh, geez, like next month? Crazy. Are the triumphs just too slow for this deck? They're a little bit clunky. Like, you really need your cards to enter untapped, and when they don't is kind of a really big deal. And it makes certain draws, like, it just makes your top decks a little bit more awkward, you know? Will you respect the cyber Lurrus decks at the moment? I don't know what you're saying, Da Vinci Mill. What? Can you rephrase the question, because I didn't quite understand what you meant. She's like Bant Reclamation? Would you respect Mill the cyber of Lurrus decks? I don't know. Like, I always hate Mill anyway, so I think that for the decks that I like to play, it's probably not a good idea to respect Mill. Because it's probably not worth it. Take one, bitch. Is this a shark? I'm getting owned by a shark? God damn it, do I just have to... Fuck, I think I have to kill the shark. Maybe this was just a stupid attack. This was definitely a stupid attack. I should have not made an attack. That was just unnecessary. Just so unnecessary. Jeez. What a waste. What an absolute waste of that attack. High risk, low reward, exactly. I honestly totally forgot that this was a card for a second. I don't know why. Like, obviously they're playing like a playset of this card in the Wilderness Reclamation deck, but I just totally blanked that that card existed. Hardcast Sharkaroni. Put that into play. Nice play. Oh man, people love hard casting their Typhoons. There's a lot to love, to be fair. And I just don't learn from my mistakes, right? I just literally don't learn from my mistakes. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be fine. But I just wasted an ephemerate for no reason. So I think we want to do this, then fetch for breeding pool, and then we're going to resolve the trigger. Pass the turn. I expect that my opponent is going to cycle the Shark on end step, which is why this attack was obviously horrendous. Like, they have to get rid of the Teferi. They can't win otherwise, so... yeah. Play that game like shit, but it doesn't matter. Teferi is just such a good card against this deck. So, we want that. We want that mostly for the instant speed. I don't think we want this. And I don't think we want these. This is just a really, really awkward way of beating Wilderness Reclamation, but I mean, I think it is what it is. Sometimes you just mentally check out from a game for whatever reason, and it just happens. Have a really nice stream overlay. I like it. I'm realizing more of it now. I'm starting to make my own today. Oh, nice, Da Vinci. Are you planning on streaming? That's cool. No, we're trading recent Rift to bounce with the Fairy the Shark. Sure. Doesn't sound like a good trade. It just doesn't sound like a good trade. Like, the Fairy is just... the recent Rift is the engine, right? No land, so we obviously ship it. Yes, lands, so we keep it. I think I'm just gonna send a Mole Drifter because it's very, very likely that one of these bad boys is gonna get countered. Mole Drifter is a way for us to recoup, so it sucks to let it go, but that's very, very good. Making second blue so that we can hardcast Force if we need to. Maybe I get punished by Prismatic Ending here. We did not see Prismatic Ending. I guess that if they go for Ending, I'm just gonna force it. So it may just be fine. They go in for Ending. Just bouncing it to draw a card. Sure, we were rewarded for it, but let's actually play around. Let's name red there. Let's play around like Cryptic Commander or whatever. No, the Chalice is back. I plussed here, right? Yeah. Yeah, this card is messed up. I really, really like this card. Big fan of that card. Ooh, there we go. That's a banger. That's a banger. When will Wizards take a hero to an elemental? I don't know. They did errata all the companions, right? May as well just make it a cut elemental beast. So this is the dinosaur. This I assume is the nightmare. This is the beast and this is the elemental. So like the elemental in here is like a cute little fox. That's so nice. Make it a changeling. No, please don't. The fairy? You got. The good thing about my opponent playing their Teferi is that now I get to F6, which is some pretty high live EV play. This is just lethal. I'm just grabbing cards at random because it doesn't matter. I just have to cast the Kahira. An attack for 5. Pew. See you next round. All right. I guess we keep this. We have Solitude Ephemerate, which is the combo. It's a metal removal. It's not bad. How do you feel about the tribal deck flames running around right now? They're cool. I always like tribal flames. Is this Rhinos? I'm assuming that this is Rhinos. Seems like my assumption was mostly correct. What's better against Force? I think I want a Fury Peach Omnath. Maybe I should have led on Prismatic Ending, but then if they don't have the Force, I'm just wasting a Prismatic Ending for no reason, so I don't think that's worth it. I'm just gonna Fury and I'm gonna attempt to Ephemerate my own Fury. And if it works, awesome, and if it doesn't work, that sucks. It worked. Awesome. How are the guys plopping? They're always plopping. Sure. So we get to kill one of these Rhinos for free, which is nice. And then we just play an Omnath. We have double white already, so I guess we're gonna get double red and double green. We don't really need double blue game 1. Kill that one. Blue, red, green, white. Them having Fury is kind of beating, but it looks like they don't have it. No blocks, thank you very much. Opponent's really trying over there. Maybe I should have shocked there. It would allow me to either Kahira or... would have allowed me to either Kahira or to ending the other Rhino. My opponent has another Rhinos here. This is their last one. Endurance. Huh. Wasn't expecting that. So that's just fine. Yeah, that's just fine. They can trade with my Fury, but they take 4. Uh-oh. Did my internet die? Oh, did my internet just drop? As long as I don't do something stupid, I'm gonna win this game, so... just gonna try to prevent myself from doing something stupid here. That's really funny. I haven't dropped a single frame. But Twitch kind of dropped me, though. It's pretty good. 8, 9. So we go down to 1 here. I think this is fine. We need to find the land. Green, blue, red, white. And if we find the land here of the Omnath trigger, we're gonna be in good shape. It's not a land. It's not a land. So I'm probably gonna have to pitch Solitude to Solitude. Is there anything I can draw? I can draw Ephemerate. I can draw Ephemerate here. Big Nux! Am I gonna lose to Big Nux? If I block like this, go to 6, I can alternatively block like this and then tap with Recent Reef. Seems like untapping with Omnath is probably better. So we're gonna do that. Dude, Big Nux. The Knucker Butter. The Knacker Butter. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Swing for 5. And I think that I can, if I find a land, I can gain more life, so I'm gonna Ephemerate right now. I think it's better for me to Ephemerate right now. Dude, these Knuckleblades can't stop, won't stop. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose to them. I'm literally losing to Savage Knuckleblade. So if I block here and I guess I can block here and go down to 2. Block, block. And we go down to 2. We lose to Fire Eyes, we lose to another Bone Crusher. I think I'll take the draw here instead of the life. Instead of the 4 damage. Dude, Knuckleblade is owning me right now. Well, Ephemerate is pretty sick. So I think we Ephemerate first. Another Teferi's big game. Prismatic ending. Alright, I think we're getting there. Can't trample, right? But I kind of want to bounce it anyway. So 1, 2, 3. Name black. I feel like I really want to draw land so I don't lose to another shock. So I think I have to Teferi here instead of ending. We can always ending with the chump. Blue, white. When a recently first, because again, we're looking for a land here. We could not find the land. So now we're going to find probably Solitude. So we lose to Fire Ice and we lose to Bone Crusher. We didn't have enough mana to tutor plus draw. Oh, we pitch ending. Oh, you're right. Whoops. Yeah, I was thinking that I wanted to end it. Yeah, you're actually right. That would have been better. Well, so I'm gonna draw more cards here. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we want to do this. And I think I really want to. I really want to find a land. All right, there we go. Okay, so now it's locked up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have exactly enough mana to do everything that we want to do. So green, white, blue. That kills the big Knux. And now we can kill the Fury with the Solitude, trade with Bone Crusher. So that's game. Man, those Knuckleblades kind of caught me off guard there. Yeah, Omnath is a messed up card, man. Like, it really is It really is messed up. Maybe I should be training with the Omnath there. Nah. Well, at this point, we are locked, I think. White, red, blue, green. The endurance themselves. That's funny. So now we're just gonna cast endurance. Gonna say cast solitude, sorry, we're gonna say no. Oh, you have to be kidding me. Newly controlled, this is the one. Okay. Swing for lethal. Woo! That was a game. That was a game of Magic the Gathering. Kind of just want to submit the same. I'm gonna feel like an UR, a card that provides every kind of value with no downside. I mean, the downside is that it's not easy to cast, but yes, if you're building your deck with being able to cast it in mind, yes, there's no real downside. But it can be awkward. Like, I tried it in my Naya Lands deck, and it's just like, if you're playing Omnath, you kind of cannot play the card Urza Saga or Ghost Quarter. Like, those cards are just out of the picture. Because, like, your mana requirements are just so steep. So I think I just want explosives and that's it. Two explosives for two Utopia Scrolls. Keep this hand. So I'm definitely going for turn 1 Sprawl. I don't know, basic forest, because my opponent could be playing Blood Moons. Now, what do I want to fix for? Probably white. Interesting Time Walk wannabe right there. Oh, they are missing land drops. That explains a lot. This is another deck that cannot really do anything until it finds 3 lands, so I don't understand why people insist on only playing 23 lands. Feels like they should be playing more. Who am I to say, though? There we go. Did Mold Drifter convince me? Yes. I've been on the Mold Drifter camp since I tried. Oh, no. Oh, no, that's fine. I have Prismatic Ending. We're good. I mean, I wanted to play the Solitude, but like this is just fine. I just wanted to, you know, speed up the clock a little bit there. Because we already had Ephemerates to blink the Solitude, so it's kind of fine. So using my mana would have been nice. This is, we were talking about this the other day in Bubble, which is just, this is just such a bad Blood Moon deck. It's just such a bad Blood Moon deck because like your mana is kind of like pushed in different directions, and like you want double red, you also want double blue, and you also want blue and green to cast your Shardless Agent. And that's why I really like the addition of the Charmo, which is the card that people are playing now, which I think it's very cool. I think that card is just a lot more cohesive in the context of the Temur Rhinos deck specifically. Also look at how awkward my opponent's mana is, and they're expecting to cast Blood Moon, right? And they had multiple fetch lands. Like they could have probably fetched around it, but they needed to kind of get their mana base online, right? They kind of needed to, you know, get their mana base online, and they were forced. Like Blood Moon just locks them out. Thrawn, the Last Troll, has entered the battlefield. I cannot say that I'm not thrilled. Holy crap. Holy crap. So I think I'm just gonna hardcast this Fury and then I'm gonna blink the Fury. That kind of changes things a little bit because now that's a lot of pressure. So I guess I'm gonna have to Solitude, Pitching Ending. Solitude that, draw a card, sweet. Ephemerate there. Get rid of that one. Explosives. Okay. I kind of still want to just play Solitude here. Play Fury, I mean. Instead of playing the Engineered Explosives. Just because it puts more pressure. Are we done here? Oh, I didn't realize that I already played my land. Whoopsies. Nice Thrawn. They're gonna cast their own Fury. It's not bad. They should kill this and this. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9. So I guess we say no to that. Plate the fairy. Plus fetch for planes. Red. Red. Continue the clocking process. Thran, it sure is not what it used to be, huh? They go face. Welcome in. Sure. Big Knuckaroni. I like that my opponent's having fun with their list. I like that they're having fun. Magic is, after all, about having fun. Last troll versus last minute streamer epic. It is a showdown. It is a showdown for the ages. Yep. Thran, Knuckleblade. Awesome. See you next round. Well, I was distracted. I misclicked, so I did not reveal Kahira. Let's hope I don't get punished for that. We're totally gonna get punished for that. Also, my opponent's name is Rip Harambe. Love it. Hashtag never forget. It's kind of weird how the other side of Halefante would be Stomping Ground and Flooded Strands cannot get Stomping Ground. Whose list was that? I don't know. Cole Smith is their name. I don't know them. They just tagged me on Twitter. And I just have nothing to say. Just have nothing to say about that. I think I'm gonna keep this hand though. Relic of Progenitus. Busted magic card. Citadel. Well, that's dead. Caldra complete. If your opponent goes turn 1 Flooded Strand, I strongly advise against getting Caldra complete unless you have Force of Negation. If my opponent have Force, they're gonna prove me wrong, obviously, but if they don't, then you should get something that you can get value of after your Stoneforge dies. Unless they have multiple Stoneforges, then that's a lot more defensible. But if you have multiple Stoneforges, no, I guess if you have multiple Stoneforges, it's correct to do this, so that's fine. So I'm assuming that my opponent either has multiple Stoneforges or they have Force. My opponent says the dog is acting nuts. I'm gonna say NP. Can we find the land? No land, which is bad. you're an elemental player. Tidiness is side of the corner. Yeah. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I have embraced the elemental lifestyle. So I think if we find the land... If we find the land off the top in this draw step, I think it doesn't matter what my opponent does, I'm going to win this game. Like, it's almost irrelevant what they do. Like, I think it just doesn't matter whatsoever. I will just win regardless. So, I mean, this is the reason why I chose to be playing 24 lands, right? Like, this is exactly the reason. Because I find myself in this spot very, very often, where you're just like, well, if I find a land, if I hit land number 3, then I'm just gonna snowball completely out of control. And if I whiff, then we may actually have a game, and I don't want to have a game. I just want to win and completely steamroll my opponent. So, land. No land. So I guess we're just gonna keep on delaying. There's an argument there for just like letting my opponent tap and just move on. I think it's worth just, you know, getting the Ingenious Smith off the battlefield or whatever. Why is my opponent not cracking Relic of Progenitus? Why don't they just... They wasted their mana last turn and they're about to miss their draw step. I guess that they wanted to, like, make up affinity or something? Land. It's not the worst. +1 on cranial plating? Yeah, sure. I think it's more of a matter of they want to cast this Thought Monitor, right? And right now they can't, like the same reason why they're not cracking this bubble. So 1, 2, 3. Mono Ingenious Smiths. They should probably just play this Portable Hole for no value at all. They should just play it to just to feed the monitor for the following turn. This is not enough for me to want to Solitude Ephemerate here, so we're just gonna keep on chilling. Where's my Kahira? I misclicked and I forgot to reveal it. I mean, I didn't forget. I was talking to chat and I just clicked on OK instead of clicking on the Kahira. Land. Their life total doesn't matter, so I don't care that they grow this. I just want to make sure that they play the Thought Monitor so I get full value from my Solitude. Yeah, 4 cards in hand. 2 of them are blanks. There's the Thought Monitor. Will Fran find the land? This and more, our next episode. Pro Tomato Thrower, thank you for the follow. This is so awkward, man. That's so awkward. I know they have a portable hole in hand. It is just known info that they have a portable hole that they can't do anything with. I mean, this is why I'm playing 24 lands, but it didn't seem to matter here because I'm still kind of missing a lot. And it's usually brutal because if you're missing a bunch of land drops, then what happens is you just... Is this Urza? That's a problem. Urza's a problem. Once you start missing a bunch of land drops, that means that there's still a lot of land drops in your deck, which means that slowly but surely you start... You're just gonna flood. Like, it's just kind of unavoidable. Land, please. Please. Thank you. Thank you, deck. Thank you, deck. It may be too late. Maybe it isn't too late just yet. Actually, no, it is too late because they have Kaldra complete. So we're gonna take 5, 6. Opponent says, good thing I have all these portable holes. Yeah. I don't know, maybe we are still fine because of the Solitude. But then they can suit up. Like, I'm gonna have to kill the Kaldra complete thingy. And then I'm gonna have to... They can just suit up anything else. And I'm still losing to this Urza, right? The fact that it took 7 turns... is probably gonna be too much. Yeah. There's Kaldra. So we just pass the turn and chill here. Because we can't just main phase this thing to play a removal over here because they just can move the equipment to the other token. So Feline Flip, thank you for the follow. Opponent rewarded for getting Kaldra, so unfair. Yeah. I mean, they're not really getting rewarded. I would still be a lot more scared if my opponent had gotten like Sword of Feast and Famine or even like the flying thingy, right? Shadow Spear. If we had hit Orlando by turn 5, we would have won by so much. But it took us until turn 7 to find it. So that was the problem. It's just a forced play to do that. We have 3 ephemerates left, and we only have they have counter magic. Yeah, counter magic's brutal here. We have to find ephemerate here. Or red cardless fury or something like that. That's not good enough. It's so rough. Explosives, Alpine Moon. That's it. I guess they have Stoneforge, so maybe Lightning Bolt is fine. Alpine Moon for Saga. Teferi is fine against Kaldra complete and stuff, so maybe it's okay. Keep. Oh, that's right. We forgot to reveal our companion. We didn't lose because of that, but that's also a thing that happened. Nice. Hitting land drop number 3 on time. What is this sorcery? What is this sorcery? My opponent has learned. My opponent says the all-no companion reveal game 1. I'm like, misclicks were made. Can we find the land, please? Let's just find the land. Let's just find the land, you know? Easy land off the top. So we're gonna have a couple of ways to go about this. I think I want to go for Omnath first. And next turn we can Mold Drifter plus Ephemerate. This patch is pretty good. This patch is definitely pretty good there. We have to take care of the Saga ASAP, so let's do that first. And we're gonna evoke. We're gonna be taking some damage here, but that seems fine to me. Fury. Fury is kind of interesting because it makes it that if my opponent draws a card, nah, it's just not worth it. Just gonna pass. I'm gonna be taking a bunch of damage here, and if my opponent finds a land, they're gonna be able to Sword equip the Kaldra and then have more mana second main, which is quite strong. But we do have the ending, so not that worried. And it's not that they can burn me out of nowhere. Ha! Nice Seachrome Coast, opponent. Nice fast land. Nice fast land. It's like half of my opponent's deck's lands enter the battlefield tapped right now. Their dispatch is active because of the land, so we have to watch out for that. It's a lot of lands, but that's also an Omnath, so... Green, red, blue. Wow, that's devastating. Prismatic ending that. I think we pass here. I'm not sure whether I was supposed to play Cavern and make encounter with Omnath, because at that point, like, what's the Omnath even doing, right? Okay. So this Fury is just probably gonna end the game. Two, three, 4, 5. Oh, please counter. So they just loaded mana just because. Okay. We're at 5, which is not the highest life total that I've ever seen. We do have an ephemerate for this Fury, however. So that part is exciting. Thought Monitor. Stoneforge. Stoneforge resolves. For Nettle Cyst. Okay. Let's get this party started. Okay. My permanents don't have hexproof or indestructible anymore. Oh, my opponent says know what I was trying to do. Yeah, that would make more sense. Blue, white, 1. Play the Time Raveler. But this is what I was trying to do. I guess there was no reason for me to do it there. It's whatever, it's fine. So we have another Teferi that we're going to be able to kill the Net Assist with, which is nice. Opponent's down to 5 cards. Next turn we're drawing approximately 1 million cards. There's an Ephemerate on the rebound, right? So they have to kill this Fury somehow. Do they have? Yeah, it's not a Fury. I don't think you wanted to do that, opponent. I think they just forgot that the Ephemerate is on the rebound. Pay 1. Pay 1. Target Fury. 1, 2, 1, and 1. Will I see in the showcase? No, I won't. Ghost me once, shame on you. Ghost me 5 million times, shame on me, you know? It just gets to a point where, you know, I don't know. You can only get ghosted so much before you get actually hurt, you know? Explosives is nice. One mana Stone Rain, you gotta love it. Gotta love the 1 mana Stone Rain. Will you assume be somewhere covering the cards, or that just kills the purpose of streaming? I think it's much better for the viewing experience for me to just record the matches and you know, just make actually good content, you know what I'm saying? Like, just go over my plays, explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, that kind of stuff. Like, that's kind of the purpose of the stream, right? So I feel like if I'm going to be playing in an event like that, might as well try to make the most of it. So this is a little bit counterintuitive here, but I think I actually want to play Teferi, because right now Teferi cannot get countered. And yeah, sure, I'm going to be bouncing their stupid thing, and they're going to get to draw another card. But they can't pressure the Teferi this way, and next turn we can just ending it. And now that this is in play, like, all of their counter magic and stuff just doesn't do anything anymore. Am I considering Vegas? No, it's probably just, I mean, I'm going to talk to the wife about it, but I mean, I'm expecting a no, because it's just a little bit, it's kind of a little bit too close to my baby's delivery date, so most likely not gonna happen. Okay. So I can kill that, or I can play Omnath. I think I'm gonna kill that. And then next turn we can go play Omnath into play Muldrifter, and we get to play around Dispatch. The baby would be born in Vegas. Please no. Please no. They can cast Thought Monitor here, which is pretty cool. My opponent says that move was so brutal. I'm like, I mean, yeah. That's why it's there. It is there precisely to be brutal. Let's get that out of the way. Red, green, blue, white. Play Omnath. Gain life. I think I want another white source here. So just get a Temple Garden. Oh, Wispy Drifting. I remember it was one GP Vegas where a couple got married, right? I remember something like that happening sometime. Can't remember when it was. Maybe it was like the very first GP Vegas, or it could have been the second one. We got an Ursa. This is not in their hand anymore. So this Ursa is probably just assigned to the Fury, which is fine. If they attack the Fairy with the Thought Monitor, I think I just let it go. Nettle Cyst. Well. Got some not so good news for you, opponent. The bad thing is that we don't have the mana. We don't have the mana to do everything. It's kind of awkward. Oops. Forgot to blast the Fairy. How's the meta been looking? Any modern cards ban worthy? I mean, talking about bans is just not very productive. Personally, I don't like that Lurrus exists, but I don't think it's gonna get banned. The EV from tap to get bubble. I mean, they just crack it in response, right? I should have EE'd on upkeep. That was a mistake. I should have EE'd on upkeep. Well, wasn't expecting that. I should have definitely EE'd on upkeep. I gave my opponent 1 mana that I didn't have to. And now I can ephemerate, or I can just pass. I think I'm just gonna pass here. Oh, the bubble was tapped? Okay, yeah. Then I should have definitely done it main phase then. 100%. I think we're still pretty far ahead here. Kill my Teferi, which sucks. Think about the follow GMPMN. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I don't have that much mana, so I'm just going to red. Just gonna hardcast Fury. Kill both of these. Ephemerate Fury. Kill Ursa. We're gonna be taking a bunch of damage next turn. Ephemerate there. Pay 1. Gotta pay for this, unfortunately. And now we're gonna cast this. They have another one? Oh, fuck. So I'm dead now? I'm dead to Needle Assist. So I think my play here is gonna be to pay, and we probably just have to draw into exactly Solitude. That's not Solitude. Okay, we're dead here. Where did I lose this game? This is the kind of game that I'm probably gonna try to rewatch, because I'm honestly not sure where I lost this game. Where did I lose this game? I don't know. We're probably gonna rewatch it and try to figure that out, but see you on the next one. Alright, round number 4. I'm gonna keep this. These leaks are long. That's the only thing about this deck, is just... it's long. It is long. Sorry that I'm eating here, but it's 3:20 p.m. and I haven't had lunch yet, so. Should I hold this recent reef? Is the question. Should I hold to protect it with ephemerate? Probably not, because I may just. I think I would just jam it. I think we're just supposed to jam. Oh, please fury me, baby. We definitely want to get a blue source here. Probably Hallowed Fountain. Yeah. We're obviously jamming here, right? Put that into play. Draw a card. Kill both of their creatures. Seems like a good deal. I know that I lost a Numbnath in the process, but it's way too good a deal to pass up. Way too good of a deal to pass up there. They have to kill this right now. If they don't kill this, then they're asking for trouble. Looks like they don't kill it. I'm tapping like this because I may draw into Flamekin. Big mistake to do this. I don't know why you would let me untap ever. Huge mistake to let me untap here. Just try to get cutesy, and like you just don't get cutesy when there's a Reef and Reef in play. You just don't get cute. You just kill it. Just kill it. If your opponent stepped out and there's a Reef and Reef in play, you just kill it. Okay? You don't get cute. There we go. My opponent has learned. There we go. Good job, opponent. You've successfully figured it out. So, green, white, red, blue. Play land. Now the question is going to be whether I want to plus this to fairy or whether I want to minus. I think I want to plus. There's a risk that my opponent gets just in holy heat and I don't get my card out of the deal, but this makes their Murktide a lot worse. So I think this is fine. They could just have an unholy heat and that would be a problem. But if they hit my Teferi, then they don't hit my Omnath, right? So we are kind of putting them in a complicated spot. All right, opponent has had enough. So they seem to be just playing like monkey, Sagavan, Murktide stuff. So we're gonna bring that in, bring these bad boys in, bring this in. There's an argument for Force of Negation. The main reason for that would be Blood Moon, but these deck lists have kind of shied away from Blood Moon lately. I think Flamekin is actually quite important to go fetch Solitude, so I'm not going to cut those. We can shave one Muldrifter. Probably going to shave the Utopia Sprawls. Just cut them all together. take it from there. Opponent keeps 7. This hand has perfect mana against Blood Moon. It has an Endurance, which is a very, very good card in the matchup. We also got Recent Reef, Omnath, in order to help stabilize after my opponent goes off with monkeys. No turn 1 monkey is a big deal. Now we have to think, if we are only going to have access to 2 lands, okay, so 2 colors of lands, which lands would we want those to be? And I think that we definitely want green and we want blue. So I'm gonna fetch green with Misty and I'm gonna fetch white, I guess, with green and white, sorry, not green and blue. Although I guess green and blue allows me to Recent Reef. But white allows me to Prismatic Ending. They do fetch for Steam Vents, however. Scour themselves. Kozilek's Return. That's a card. Just gonna Murktide here. So blue, green, white. And I'm pitching the Teferi because the Teferi is going to be hard to protect, while the Omnath is kind of just protected by itself because of the Cavern. So they got no threat. We have a 1/1 that they have to kill or they lose to it. Next turn we're going to have an Omnath. White, red, blue, green. We can draw Ephemerate, so that's why I tapped like this. This is looking pretty good. For ya. Holding up double green so I can hardcast Endurance if I want to. Solitude is nice. If they point a removal spell at this, I'm going to hardcast Endurance in response. Potentially draw a card off of it. Or force my opponent to use another thingy. Yeah. I think this is locked up now. Blood Moon is the only way that I can see myself potentially losing this, but it's very, very unlikely. Sweet. See you next round. Alright. Last one of this league. I think we're keeping this against the Lurrus deck. Let's go green, white. I'm doing this because I don't know whether my opponent's going to be playing Field of Ruin or something silly like that, so. Could have gone in a duel instead. There goes my ephemerate. Maybe I should have put Kahira in hand there. That's so brutal. Let's do Steam Vents here. Elemental. Oh, this is just John's Saga. Bestia, vi nothing about the follow. Temple Garden. And let's name blue here. Let's name red, just in case they somehow can blow up one of my lands, which I think it's very unlikely, but... Oh. That's acceptable. Just gotta find some engine pieces here. You should be good to go. Just gotta find some engine pieces and we should be good to go. That Thoughtseize was particularly brutal. I'm gonna hold on to that for Kolaghan's Command, for... There's multiple reasons for holding that. K command to trigger Omnath. No equip. We're just dead. Get rid of these. Bring these bad boys in there. Get endurance, get bold, maybe a couple of these. So those are the ones that I kind of like. Fairy is a little bit awkward. Wolfdrift is great, Fury is great. Harbinger can go. We're just cutting the Fairy here. This is another thing that's pretty nice about playing 24 lands is the fact that, you know, in matchups where you want to cut all of your Utopia Sprawls, then you can just, like, you still have 24 lands, so you're going to be hitting your land drops pretty reliably. It's pretty neat. This hand is spectacular, by the way. Don't Inquisition me, please. Assume that's gonna take the rest in peace. No Motobug. Oh, was my recent reef. At least it doesn't look like they have too much pressure. They targeted themselves with bubble, so I'm assuming that they probably have a fetch in hand. Yeah. Get that breeding pool. I am playing the Alpine Moon instead of putting Kahira in hand. I know that next turn I could play Kahira and play Alpine Moon, but right now I have nothing for my opponent to Inquisition. And if I put the Kahira in hand and I spend my mana that way this turn, then my opponent has two things to choose, which is obviously a lot worse for me. So I'd rather try to make my opponent's cards bad. Let's get a 2-for-1 here. Hopefully we find an ephemerate. That's very nice. It's pretty good. That's pretty good. Gonna take 8 here, which I don't love, but I think we have to. They got ephemerate. That doesn't quite work, Scott. You just don't get to line them up. Like we don't have 5 mana, right? So I can't. Yeah, that play only works when you're hard casting the card. Seems pretty good. Good draw. Good draw, that rest in peace card. Good draw. So they have Lurrus and 3 unknown. That's all that we know about. And our hand is stacked. Hella stacked. Our hand is all bangers. All bangers, so... Yeah, that's what I thought, opponent. So they do nothing, but when they do nothing, what that means is that we just hardcast a Mold Drifter now. And we draw 2 more cards. And we have a 2/2 flyer. So we got him where we want him, chat. We got him where we want him. Discard Endurance there because it's, you know, it's the worst card in our hand, so with the Rest in Peace in play, it is somehow the worst card in our hand. Take his rack in half. It's been amazing. I've been having a really good time playing it. Yeah, it seems good to me. Let's run it back. Let's run it back. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this in. Want to keep 7. They're on the play. So I think we go for Sacred Foundry here. Another DRC. Sure. So they take the Ephemerate. They push the Saga. Again, just trying to make my opponent's cards as awkward as I can. Ren is real good there. Ren is very, very good. So Rest in Peace is probably our best draw. Rest in Peace or Endurance. Those are our best cards. Sure. I think we're supposed to kill the Ren there instead of the DRC. We already have an answer to the DRC if we really need to. And the Ren threatens to do stuff. What's up, JC? How you doing? It's also bad against... it's also... Oh, Romario, how you doing, man? Long time no see. It's also really good in case we draw our recent Reef. They can just throw a Saga in the garbage to to grow the DRC, which is funny. To do in the super with red-black, but maybe misbuild the deck. Oh, it happens sometimes. Honestly, I think that... What is it, like 20 minutes that they give you to build the sealed pool? It very often just does not feel like it's enough. It very, very often feels like it's just not enough time. Full. If we draw Rest in Peace, we just win on the spot, which is very nice. Fury. Don't think we can shock here. They have one card left in hand. So I actually just lose if the last card in hand is an Unholy Hit. I think it's worth it though. Is it worth it though? Wait a second. Yeah, I think that it's better for me to just put Kahira in hand and just say go. That's just a much better play. So let's do that. So now Solitude gets rid of the Goifo. And next turn we either play Omnath and do the thing, or we just... Yeah, this is just so much better. So, Solitude, Piccino, oh, Kahira. Imagine they're just gonna put Lurrus in hand. Yeah, it really sucks if the last card in hand is Unholy Heat, but I think that's just what it is. Yeah, we just have to go for it, I think. White, red, blue, green. Oh, actually no, it's the opposite of that. I was supposed to play a Recent Reef, and yeah, fuck. I was supposed to play a Recent Reef and then Fury. Ugh. And they left on top, so I'm assuming that they left a Bolt on top. Oh, damn it. I fucked it up. I had to play Recent Reef there. So I can kill the... I can pitch the Omnath to the Fury and kill this thing. That would have been... Yeah, that would have been so much better. Well, we're there to bold, we're there to call against command. I feel like I kind of threw this game. Thoughtseize. Okay, I guess that's what they kept on top. They have to take the Recent Reef. They take Fury. Huh. I imagine they're just gonna play Lurrus here. They left a card on top. That's really bad news for us. It's a really good draw, though. Those are not. Those are not good draws. All right. All right, you got me. You got me. I have died. That's very funny, though. That's very, very funny. So 1-3-2 again. I feel like I kind of threw the game against the Stoneforge deck. I feel like I could have won that one. It's just, that one's just gonna sting for a minute. I like this list though. I like this list, I like it a lot. So we're gonna be running it one more time. Yeah, let's do that. See you in the next league then. Don't forget to like and subscribe.